They want. Oh, although the mail we got from women amazed me. They loved what he loved. I wanted to write them back. Why do you love me? He's a bastard. He's a nasty, ill-mannered, rude, discourteous bastard.
Why do you think they liked him?
Because he's a rude, discourteous.
Someone like him.
I mean, there's something wonderful about someone that's ugly, mean, and ill-mannered. There's something wonderful about looking at them because you're being reminded you're not like that. So you're enjoying seeing that they're like that. And there's a lot of psychological nonsense that goes on when you're dealing in love-hate relationships, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on that needs to be touched, needs to be featured importantly. And that's all guesswork for the director. He sits there, and I think I should use that. I was in the cutting room this morning, and I got to do this differently. So you're constantly being reminded by the material that you got what to do tomorrow. It's a wonderful exercise in creativity. That's the best way I can do it.
Food also, Buddy is not ugly.
He's what?
He's not ugly.
No, I made him look as good as I could make him. Well, of course Hyde was ugly. Of course. I thought about that in the second script I wrote. I had a feature change, and it didn't work for me. I never shot it. Yes, dear.
This psychological duality that you talked about, of the light and the dark.
Yeah.
Is that something that you looked at for your whole body of work, or was that just for this one project?
No, my whole life has been doing comedy, and at 5 years old, you're not supposed to remember that. I remember the 5 years old, and I remember the night I went on with my mom and dad. And for as long as I was creating, I was always thinking about what's the next move. How can I take comedy a little further? Well, then there's that opportunity that you have where you see the comedy you're thinking about. Don't go there. When you're the writer, the director, the star, when you're the movie, you have to watch each element so closely. I had nights where I was running 2 and 3 reels over and over and over. I had what I wanted. I was thrilled with what I saw, but I had to look again and look again and look again. But that's no different than Stanley Kramer. When Stanley Kramer did the Defiant ones, he would run the work that he did so long that he didn't give it to the studio. They released it almost 9 months too late for the announcement they made. Comedy gives you so many areas, so many places to go. And if you go in those places comically, your audience is going to know it. You're going to hit a nerve on that lady, on that man, on that couple. You're going to hit nerves, and you can't know it until you've done it.
What do you think about the state of comedy today?
What state of comedy?
Just, where the genre has gone.
Well, I think if we had W.C. Fields and Charlie Chaplin in the business today, you would see a different audience, you'd see different responses, and you would see delight. Today, a kid walks out on stage in a comedy club without a shirt on, and his Friar's open. That tells me that's not what I want to watch. Now, the kids in comedy clubs walk out on stage, and they have what I call cerebral combat. You're not supposed to be combative with your audience. You're supposed to give them pleasure. But today's comedy is dirtier, uglier, not anywhere near what Chaplin meant for us to do.
You made a deal, Simon, you said that comedy is basically, all comedy is based on tragedy.
course. Comedy. Jesus, so what's funnier than a guy tripping and dropping a suitcase and the bag of groceries he's there for?
Like Mel Brooks said, you fall down a manhole, it's funny. I cut my finger, I went to the hospital.
Right, yeah, that's Mel, of course. But the one thing I've never said to anybody was, when you're on the screen creating the laughter, sitting there is the most incredible feeling. You feel like you never can do anything more again. It's so perfect, and that's what I feel The Nutty Professor is. It's a perfect movie as far as I'm concerned, because technically I know what I did, I know what's there, and I know what moved the audience. So when they came to me and said, we have a 50th anniversary idea, I said, hey, that's wonderful. Great, let's go for it. Now, the Blu-ray box that Warner Brothers is producing is the most comprehensive of a comic or a performance that I've ever seen in my life. The most comprehensive material is in that box. And when an audience gets it, they can spend, according to my stopwatch, they can spend somewhere between 3 and 4 hours going through the box. Which is great.
And learn about being a person.
Well, you know, I had some questions about including that, because I wrote it specifically for a couple of hundred people. And if you read the book, you'll see the first page is a disclaimer why I wrote it. I wrote it one night because I saw a couple of guys on the crew looking at their watch, not having a great time, and I only saw 1 or 2 of them. But they become contagious. And I didn't want my crew to pick up on that with which they were pouring out. Jesus Christ. I did a lecture at Northwestern in the film school there, 2,800 kids. And we went through frame 1 to frame finish. And I think I taught for 4 hours. All about the letter. My tongue hurt. Yes, yes.
One of the other extras that came with the Blu-ray set is the Phony Phone Calls CD. The Phony Phone Calls CD that comes with the set. How much preparation and planning did you put into those phone calls when you did them? None? They were all improvised?
Right now.
Wow. They're amazing.
We talked about structuring a phony phone call. Like I wanted to call a funeral parlor and ask if they have any empty boxes. You get a response on the other end that will take you through that conversation.
Right.
But it depends on who you're calling. And in 1959, I was doing a film at Paramount, and I had a lot of off time. So I'm in my dressing room, and I'm waiting to be called to the set, and I make a phone call. Kill time, and there's some funny stuff there.
There is, yeah.
There is some funny stuff there. When you open the box, the first thing you'll see is the phony phone calls, the being a person. The one book they have in there are all of my notes and all of my sketches that I had prepared for the shooting. It's incredible. How they found it, I don't know. Because I've got the masters. I have the masters on everything. I don't know where they got that. I'm still calling corners to find out who the hell got that. Because it's very personal. It's stuff you do yourself so that you walk on the set and you know what you're doing.
What did you do with your teeth?
What I do with them?
How'd you get that?
I use them when I eat.
No, I mean, what did you get that effect?
I just wanted it out slightly, not grossly and not grotesque. They snapped up their mind. And I could eat with them, I could drink with them, and I had a specialist in Los Angeles, brilliant doctor, that did them for me. And I made 12 pairs because I kept changing But they would loosen up on me if I worked full